Perez Hilton's mental health crisis shocks social media, highlighting urgent concerns.
Let's talk about first, what drives somebody in that state of mind to do this live, to self-harm?
Yeah, this one is not typical because usually what happens when somebody is self-harming, they have a really high emotional state. And so they're trying to relieve the emotional state because they don't have other appropriate coping skills.
And that makes sense, guys. That makes sense. You're feeling bad, right? You're feeling shitty mentally, and it makes you feel something else, somewhere else. All right. Thank you for the prayers, guys. No, that I'm sorry. That picture was from today, Chrissy, but the picture of today, I don't know why you say it can't be, but the picture, I believe that picture might have been from the hospital that he was in before. So the picture came from today. I don't know if that was today. I have it here. So we'll figure that out. If it wasn't, then hey, good call. Let's get back to it. But it came from today.
And so they'll turn to self-harm. And so people self-harm for a variety of reasons. It could be like the visual is involved. It could be the pain involved. It could be any number of things. Mm-hmm. So people self-harm for different reasons. It's not suicidal. And so he wasn't trying to kill himself. Mm-hmm. He was trying to relieve whatever pain he was in at the time. However, it's really atypical, which is why it's, hitting the news.
Sure.
Where someone...
Now pay attention to this, because you're going to see Perez Hilton as he progresses over the years and, who he's become, what he looks like. And imagine being 48 years old and feeling like you have nobody, that you have to go to social media to have a mental break to get the freaking attention you need. I can't comprehend that. And I'm glad that I can't, right? He was alone in the residence, guys. Families were outside speaking with the deputies at the time, and authorities, I'm glad that they disengaged. They tactically disengaged at the time because he would have probably taken his own life. And they said that it was escalating to a unaliving by a cop scenario. You guys know what that means. So that's why we're focusing on mental health today, religious beliefs and psychosis, all of that kind of stuff, all the mental health things that we should talk about, that more people need to know about, is what we're talking about. I'm not giving you guys any kind of medical advice or definitions. I'm just telling you what I think. And here we go.
We'll delay that response. Make sure they get on a live stream and do it in front of everybody. So there's an aspect of this that's probably attention seeking, which we understand with somebody who has been a celebrity for quite some time. But it's not typical for a kid or teen or even an adult to go in front of public and do something like this so that everybody can see it.
And he's been in the spotlight before for his mental health issues. He was hospitalized just earlier this year.
See?
The scary part is, so this was taken down by TikTok immediately as soon as it was flagged. But
no, I said not immediately.
People already screen recorded this. It's still out there. And that's what's scary as a parent, when you're hoping and praying that my kids did not see this.
Yeah, so depending on how engaged in social media your child is, the more they're engaged, the more likely they are to have seen this. When I checked around this morning, it's still going around a lot. Lots of people screen recorded it. Lots of people with lots of followers or big social media presence have been passing this around, unfortunately. And frankly, it's disturbing.
And honestly, just if you've heard about this and are curious.
And here's the thing, if anybody has mental health, thank you for putting that up. I really wanted you to put that up. And the text crisis line, guys, if this helps anyone, if it helps one single person, then I did my job. All right. And thank you. Yes, it could be psychosis. I wish I had a doctor here that could tell me a little bit more. All right, let's continue. That's the only way you're going to understand this. A little bit. I don't understand it, but I'm trying to piece it together.
It is not worth to do this to your own mental health at any age.
Mm-hmm. Yes. If it's in front of you, swipe away quickly. Don't watch it. Don't check on it. You don't want to see it.
Yeah. Which brings me, before we go real quickly, something like this and self-harm, it is a problem. I know as a therapist, you've seen this with some of your patients. What's your advice to families?
So, if you've seen it, or your kid is doing it, or even you're doing it. And so what tends to happen is supporters, they'll either overreact and decide that the person is suicidal, which isn't what's happening, or they'll underreact and they'll say that it's not a big deal.
Oh, man, I did not mean to do that, my friends. That just goes to show you I was done with that one. Let's take a look at the surveillance video from the first responders. You guys get the deal.
Is in a South Florida hospital right now after an apparent mental health breakdown that he streamed live on social media. We're not showing you the video because it's graphic. This video shows authorities responding to his home. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner is your reporter live in Westchester. Morgan, what have you learned?
Naja, in this surveillance video, you can see as deputies are working to communicate with Hilton. This was not a rushed job. This, you can see through the surveillance video, lasted for hours. MDSO said their top priority was just getting him out alive. Video surveillance from 725 last night shows Miami-Dade County deputies approaching a house on Southwest 31st Terrace in Westchester, telling a man named Mario to come out. Mario is Perez Hilton's legal first name.
I think everybody in America, at least my demographic, knows who he is, but I would have never correlated the two of them together. You know, like a normal guy that is there with the kids, and an older lady that I've seen there.
And you know what I know about him is the celebrity gossip guy that has 3 children. I always see his videos and him being happy. Hashtag smiling doesn't mean you're happy, but smiling with the children. That's the only reason. That's what I really knew about him. I didn't know any of this stuff, how bad and the things that he pushed people and the really bad, awful stuff that he said about and spread with celebrities. All right, let's continue. Yes, unplugged.
I would have never.
Dr. Maria Ganadio and other neighbors say he recently moved in.
They moved there maybe 2 months ago, no?
Hilton posted back in June that he was moving his 3 kids back home to South Florida, where he is from, with his mother, and would post about going to some of his favorite places.
As a medical health professional, if someone can do that to themselves, they can do that to others. So of course, I was a little bit scared, and then I was mostly concerned about him and the kids because I knew there were 3 kids in there. So just trying to kind of like figure out if they were okay. I knew they were out of the house, but it was just very shocking.
So when their streets filled up with deputies, they were shocked. The Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office said they received multiple 911 calls about someone who was live streaming acts of self-harm on social media. Alarming video from Hilton's TikTok Live appeared to show Hilton with a large knife, naked and covered in blood. Too graphic to show. MDSO spoke with the family to confirm he was alone inside, which gave them the time to de-escalate and open communication with him. MDSO said they got him out safely and transported him to the hospital. In the surveillance video, you can see the ambulance waiting outside of the home. Neighbors confirmed with us that they did see the children outside of the home. It's unclear where they are now. I can tell you that someone is inside of the house behind me. Someone opened up the door for a cleaning crew that arrived about an hour ago. But when we tried to talk to the woman who opened up the door, she ducked out of the way and did not want to provide any sort of.
And rightfully so. People don't want that. But hey, he's used to that type of thing. His Nevada residence was placed up for sale for quick sale. Is that what you're trying to say? All right, guys, I'm going to remind you again. Do me a favor. Hit the like button if you come in. Hit the like button if you go out. If you don't like the content that I provide, hit the unlike button and see your way out of here. All right? If you have the means to get a membership, gift a membership, or what have you, please do. I'm also going to gift a membership when I'm done piecing this all together. All right, I got to piece this together a little bit more before I continue. So let's get this out of here. And let's take a look at some of the sister arrives. Let's look at this real quick so you guys can see the families there, what happened. All right, Perez Hilton's sister arrived at Miami. I'm going to take that away. How his attempt to harm himself. Today's August 5th. This came out August 5th at 6:18 p.m. Eastern. Now, Perez Hilton's sister, Barbie Lavandeira, arrived at the gossip blogger's home in Miami just hours after he was hospitalized following the concerning live stream. Now, she kept a low profile in a pair of sunglasses you can see down there, and she drove herself to the residence as seen in pictures on page 6. According to an eyewitness, she seemed to be asking cops stationed outside how she can get into the house, which Hilton moved into his family earlier this summer. Guys, this just happened. Authorities showed up at the property, taped it off, as you guys saw. They said standard procedure. Many people were out there, and they were saying some awful things. I'm just glad they took him. There's no active criminal investigation. They retrieved him. He's Baker acted, and hopefully he's safe now. So according to eyewitness, Barbara appeared to ask the cops how she can get in. They also asked the cops to back off so that they wouldn't end up in that, cop self-harming deal.